let me ask you, Carl. Let me ask you, Carl. Did you have an issue with the time in Houston because you are 2 hours back?
I
Just a
know.
joke.
Trying to catch
Yeah,
up with the rest of the world where you guys are, right?
yeah. I know. You're almost on West Coast time, and then you add the perspective that you flipped an hour back.
Oh yeah, I know it. That time zone, man, I tell
Yeah,
you.
yeah, man. So
Hey,
I
Elton,
yes,
Elton, I know why Carl was late tonight. He and I
uh-huh.
have been celebrating Houston Astros World
Oh,
Series.
okay, that's
All
right.
right.
That's right. That's right. Oh, kudos to you. Won the World Series. Awesome. Okay, that's a trifecta, man.
A
Trifecta.
trifecta, that is. That's true.
Yeah.
A
Time
trifecta.
went back. I mean, we are 2 hours behind, and then the Houston Astros. Oh my goodness. So what about that? What about that? Awesome, awesome. So did you play with them before?
No, I didn't get the privilege to play with them, but see them over the years, yes.
Okay, very good. Very good. Awesome, awesome. We're so glad to have you with us, Carl, and we're listening and excited to have you share with us the important aspects of your business and objectives that we need to consume and absorb. So, without further introduction, here's our friend Carl. Talk to us. Tell us.
All right, I'm glad to be here with you all. I do reside in Houston, Texas, by the way of the Windy City. I'm going to queue up my slide here so that you all will see that. So let's pull that up and share screen here.
And thank you so much, Carl, for helping us out with the slides and everything. You're awesome. Thank you.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you. I'm glad to be here with you, and I'm glad to help if I can as well. And first off, I guess I'll start off with kind of telling you who I am, and also, again, I'm originally from the Windy City in Chicago. I'm a diehard Bears fan, and that does mean die hard because they need some help right now. But I tell you what, I'm very much a people person, so I love to inspire, educate, and motivate the business professional in general. And one of the ways that I do that here in Houston is through relationship building. So here's a little bit about my tenure of about 15 years in the energy industry, covering both residential and commercial electricity and natural gas. Actually, I was able to retire out of corporate America because of tapping into this industry and this business. And I started 10 years with a company as an internet director and a manager. And I weaned myself off of a six-figure job in 2012. And so I've been one of those individuals like much of you as an entrepreneur and in business for a good period of time. I hold a bachelor's in marketing with a concentration in international markets. I own a networking organization now going on 10 years. And our mission, of course, is to inspire, educate, and motivate that business professional. And what I'm talking to you about tonight is a compilation of tenure and skill set and relationship building, and how you can leverage that through digital strategies and being able to connect and convert clients into customers. And so with that being said, I'm going to talk about tonight real quickly and briefly about 3 unique strategies that you can utilize so in your social media and relationship building so that you can get more clients and build a following. One of those is SMS text messaging with keyword application. Well, what do we mean by that when we say keywords and text messaging? One of those being in the SMS text message side is we use in place of business cards, text messaging. Keyword application guide just simply means that you can take a keyword, whether it's your name or the name of your industry, and you can attach that word to a phone number. Okay, so from that standpoint, how does that benefit you? If you think about how many networking venues and events that we go to on a regular basis, or 2 to 3 times out of the month, some of you guys do this 2 to 3 or 4 times out of the week, but we're talking about chamber meetings, BNIs, networking organizations like this marvelous one right here, Brightside. And when you go to those events, there's always somebody in that room who's hosting that event. Someone that you can walk up to and make sure that you do a proper introduction of yourself with. But more so, the strategy I teach with text messaging and keyword application is that, guys, you can get a keyword. I start with your name first, attached to a phone number, and it will send, when someone texts your name, it'll send a message out to that person's phone. When it sends the message to the phone, in there, it will say whatever you want it to customize that message to. I like to put in there, simply put a keyword from the standpoint of, for example, how do you want to say it? The keyword, for example, could be when you text your name, for example, you can have in there text Carl, and you'll get my contact information. And when you open up when they open that text message up, they're going to see your contact information and a link in there. When they click that link, that should take them to a digital business card of yours. And when they look at the digital card, they have your information in there. Anything that has to do about your business is in there. And they can scroll down and leave their contact information. So now you have their contact information in a CRM or a contact management system. It'll put it right in there for you. So now you have a list of that contact and you're able to reach out to them with no problem at all. And so that's what we're talking about in reference to being able to be effective when it comes to your social media. Okay. The other part of that is when you're marketing and advertising and making sure that people know who you are, you want to post that text keyword everywhere you go. You want it on your website, you want it on your social media, you want it on your business cards, your flyers, everywhere you go, you want to do that. And when you're giving out that text on there, you're able to give that message out to the tons of people that are out there, and we're able to help you as far as your contact, and you want them to have that contact. So from that, I'm saying at the end of the day is to make sure that you use a keyword application when it comes to text messaging. It's highly effective, and we'll give you a resource as to how you can get it, and you'll be able to use it. The next part of this has to do with online reviews. Online reviews. Now, what do we mean by utilizing reviews? We've all heard that you need to have a good review on yourself when people look you up. Because they want to see, before giving you business, hey, who are you, what do you do, and then what kind of rating do you have? Is it good, bad, or indifferent? Well, this strategy is very good because it can work for any business that you choose to use when it comes to online reviews. And the way that this works is I'm going to give you an example of what we do with, for example, real estate agents. You need to know who your target audience is first. Well, the obvious for a realtor, for example, their audience is buyers and sellers. The buyer and seller is who they're looking for. Well, let's start thinking about what the logistical path your client takes to find you, your product or service. Where do they start? They're going to, for example, we have a guy that's sitting in Manhattan in New York, working for British Petroleum, and he finds out from his boss that he's actually going to get a raise and he's going to be relocated to New York. And I mean, it's not New York, Houston. And he's got to move his family and purchase a new home. Well, what does he do at this point? He's in the market for a home. He's now turned into a person that's about to do some research and about to look online, about to discover where he's going to move when he gets to Houston, right? Now, From the example, his coworker turns to him, overhears that conversation and says to him, hey, I heard you're going to be moving to Houston. Hey, there's a great builder. My aunt lives in a David Weekley property, and she loves those homes because of their architectural design. So now he hears that, and he's like, okay, great. Where do you think he's going to go, guys? He's going to go to Google. He's going to pull up Google, and he's going to use one of God's gifted 5 senses that he gives us: the ability to taste, to hear, to see, to feel, to touch, all of that, right? But he's going to look at it. He's going to look up David Weekley to see if those homes look like something he's appealed to or attracted to, and they look like what his coworker said. They look, really beautiful with their architectural design. If he likes what he sees, where does he go next, guys? Where a bunch of people go when they're doing research, and they go in they're making their buying decision, they go into reviews. And what is he going to do? He's going to read the reviews to see what other consumers are saying about David Weekley, because this is one of the most vital components of a person's buying decision that they're making determine whether or not they're going to purchase something, even when it comes to opportunities that they're looking up. So he's reading and reading and reading and seeing these reviews. The first thing that we hold heavy weight to is the 3 and 4 star reviews. The reason is because a 5-star review, guys, we know that there's nothing perfect out here. There's got to be some hiccups. So we're going to look at 3 and 4 star reviews. He reads them. And then the last thing that as humans we crave is verbal validation. We need to hear from somebody to validate what we just read and what we just seen. Guys, I implore you, when you write a review, consumers write reviews, and they never leave a certain piece of information at the bottom of the review. That's the contact information. Contact information. Think about it, guys. As consumers, we would never leave that piece of information at the bottom of a review. But as a business person writing a review on, for example, David Weekley, you would leave your contact information at the bottom of the review. Why? Because that consumer reading those reviews, trying to make their decision, they see a phone number on there, they're going to call you. So I highly recommend in this strategy, and I'm kind of condensing this content down as much as I can for the exception of time. But when you write a review in this strategy, we teach you how to write 3 to 4 reviews per day. For each day, 3 to 4 reviews under 5 minutes, because we use the technique of copy, paste, and edit. We show you what to put in the review so that that review speaks to the consumer in a know, like, and trust way. So when they read your review, they see your phone number at the bottom of that review, they make the phone call. So that's online reviews in the condensed amount of time that I can talk about that. And then we'll go right into the digital marketing system. You have got to have a system and a tool available. You don't have tools, you can't do anything with that. We are in the age of data mining, guys. That means it's all about the data. If you have the data, you have way more of a chance of effectively marketing and having a following and a huge list. If you don't have a large list, you don't have large money. Big list, big money, small list, small money. It's been said a number of different ways over the years on how important it is to build that contact list, and who has the data wins in that aspect. So data mining is the most commonly defined as the process of using computers and automation software to search large sets of public data using keywords and parameters to identify who your target audience is. I'm going to show a short clip here if I can. This is about 1 minute, but it's kind of summarizes, hey, this social media thing to me is complex. We hear that from people all the time. What do I need? What I don't need? I need somebody who can do this for me. I also need exposure to be able to get out content and data when I need to. I need to get to my target audience. There are tools out there that can do that for you. I'm going to just show you one that is available.
Finding new customers online is more
Can you
important than ever.
all hear that?
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Okay.
It's been too expensive and much too complicated. Until now, introducing NowSite. We find your future customers. Here's how it works. First, just tell us a bit about your business, and you'll be up and running in less than 5 minutes. Then, we find ideal prospects for your business inside our AI-powered database of over 2 billion people. Next, your virtual sales assistant reaches out to hundreds of prospects every month. Yes, your assistant is a real person, and they'll be working for you every day. And then you'll start receiving notifications from prospects who are interested in your business to follow up and close these new customers. The NowSite platform has every tool you need to market your business online with a pro. We even have an in-house marketing team to do all the work for you. Need a website? We'll build it. An email series? No problem. An SMS with social media connection? At NowSite, your wish is our command. Just imagine having unlimited leads, a dedicated sales assistant, a complete marketing system, and unlimited access to our in-house team of marketing professionals for one low monthly price. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? That's why we guarantee high-quality leads for your business or your money back. Today, more than 50,000 business owners just like you trust NowSite with their online marketing. It's affordable, it's easy, and most importantly, it just works. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today, and before you know it.
Okay, so
All right.
I'm gonna close out with this. The huge piece, and of course, what you saw here is what technology has evolved in, is being able to get you all of your social media in that respect, the things that getting to your target audience, being able to have a system where as an assistant can actually do those things for you. You need a social media campaign, done. You need a website, done. You need a blog post, done. You also need an assistant to send out messages. In this particular case, 500 messages each month to your target audience so that they can know who you are and be able to reach out to those people and turn them into leads and contacts. All of those things are hugely important, and that kind of system can do it for you. And I want to implore to you guys real quick, this is a clip, and if you have a screenshot of this, I'm only going to play a small segment of it, but I would highly, highly encourage and recommend each one of you all to take a screenshot up here and look at a TED Talk that has to do with knowing your customer and how important data is in this new age. This is an excerpt from a gentleman that did a TED Talk. I'm just going to show a small clip of it, and then we'll close out and ask some questions.
I am a data scientist. I have 30 years experience in the field of data science. It's how I earn my living, how I feed my family. It's how I pay my way in the world. So,
Can't hear it real well. Can't
Oh, I'm sorry.
hear it real well.
Okay, that's okay. Well, I tell you what, again, if this is something you can take a look at on your own time, the title is right up here at the top. And that's something that you can actually get right there on YouTube or Vimeo.
Okay, very good, very good. Thank you so much for that, Carl. We appreciate the presentation. Yeah, if you could eliminate the screen sharing, that'd be great. Just want to ask you a question, Carl. Do you know Tariq Cohen?
Tariq Cohen?
Yeah.
That name sounds a little familiar.
Okay, he's a running back for Chicago Bears.
Oh, yes, Mr. Cohen, yes.
Yeah. No, his
Yes,
name's Cohen.
yes.
Cohen,
He
C-O-H-E-N. And
Yeah.
of course, C-O-H-E-N. And I think he's almost the leading rusher for the last 2 seasons. But of course, he's an Aggie. He's an Aggie. Didn't know
Yeah,
if you
we
knew
need-
that. Had to plug that.
We need Mr. Cohen to come back to Chicago. He's
I
no
know,
longer
I know.
with
No,
us. Yeah.
he's still in Chicago, he's just injured.
Oh, you still in
I saw
Chicago?
some films. Yeah. But all good, all good. So thank you for that, Carl. I really appreciate it. You should come back and do another portion of an installment. I think the strategies are very important, but you're right. Key to strong and big business is data, management, access, and the names and contacts, and also good content. We also need to always be exposed and be promoting great content, and so I commend you for your work there and in being in Houston. And one of my good friends, of course, Sheila Jackson Lee, Congresswoman from the great city of Houston in Texas, an amazing woman, and she's all about small business. What a firehouse, man! What a firehouse! So wow, amazing. So let's time is ticking. Time is ticking. I need to bring up our energy and get us where we need to be at here. Just bear with me for a moment. This is an amazing time, and you